Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. It is Wednesday, the 14th of January. This is CTV News. Tonight, crossing to Dartmouth Crossing. Halifax Casino gambling on a new location. Travel trouble, a nightmare scenario about what can happen when travel insurance lapses. And awards-worthy, a Nova Scotia entrepreneur rubbing shoulders with the stars at the Golden Globes.
Live from our Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Bruce Frisco.
Good evening. After decades in operation, the Halifax Casino is gambling on a new location. The facility is leaving its prime spot in the waterfront to a business park in Dartmouth. CTV's Callum Smith has all the details.
IKEA in Dartmouth Crossing will soon have a new neighbor. The Halifax Casino is moving from its waterfront location across the harbour.
Today, it's the closing day, more or less, of this transaction, and this is a real positive for the province.
The Nova Scotia government owns the waterfront land, and Great Canadian Entertainment says they've been told it's time to go with provincial intentions of selling the land to a third party. For the government's part, it won't say what would be ideal here, simply that it's seeking the best value for the property. The acting finance minister also wouldn't say if government will help fund the new casino build on private land, just that they're expecting the same annual return.
In terms of the revenue raised by the province, we expect that revenue to be about $30 million, the same as it's been in the past, more or less.
This is a prime location, and so we're really excited to see hopefully some iconic type of a building structure that will attract more and more people to our waterfront.
The company declined our interview request, but said in a statement they'll build a brand new purpose-built destination, quote, creating a signature development that will redefine entertainment and economic opportunity in the region and establish a new tourism anchor in Nova Scotia. But not everyone agrees with the move.
Tourists wouldn't come out of their way to come over here to go to the casino. I think that the downtown pubs and whatnot would, the people coming out after their night out, a lot of them probably go over that way.
The new location is expected to open in 2029. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
A short day of testimony today at the double murder trial for an elderly couple that is currently underway in Moncton. A legal matter came up during testimony from an RCMP officer who worked on the case, so the jury was sent home while that was sorted out. Jansen Baker is accused of first-degree murder in the deaths of 78-year-old Bernard Saunier and his 74-year-old wife, Rose Marie. The Dieppe couple shot and killed in their home in September of 2019. The trial is expected to last upwards of 3 months. 35-year-old man had a court date today in connection with a slew of armed robberies in Dartmouth last week. 4 businesses in 4 days. Started Thursday night at a gas station on Portland Street. Police say 2 men entered the store, sprayed a clerk with a sensory irritant, and then made off with cash, smokes, and lottery. On Friday night around 9:30, a man entered an Irving station up the road on Portland, helped himself to some cigarettes before fleeing on foot. On Saturday, this is the 10th now, a man walked into a convenience store on Woodlawn Road, sprayed an employee with a sensory irritant, and then got away with some lottery tickets. And then on Sunday, just after 10 p.m., a man had a brief altercation with a worker at the Esso station on Main Street. The man grabbed some cigarettes before again running away on foot. Yesterday, police arrested Jordan Peter Cusack. He's facing charges of robbery and failing to comply.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
The emergency room at the IWK is busy dealing with children who have the flu these days. And doctors are warning the spread is starting to pick up speed. Among other symptoms, the health center is seeing a wave of kids with high fevers, coughs, and vomiting. While most kids recover safely at home, parents are being urged to head to the ER if their child is struggling to breathe, showing signs of dehydration, or has a fever lasting several days. Public Health urging people to get flu shots, stay home when sick, and wash their hands regularly to slow the spread and reduce pressure on the health centers. New Brunswick's health minister is eyeing an Ontario pilot project that allowed eligible non-urgent emergency room patients to wait at home and then receive text messages when it was the best time to go to the ER. Dr. John Dornan says the virtual home waiting room, which was tried at the Sault Ste. Marie Hospital, could reduce what he says are unacceptable wait times. Dornan says a plan could also be coming within this quarter to alleviate overcrowding because of hospitals waiting for long-term care beds. A new report revealing tonight just how many Maritimers are leaving the country for medical treatment. While the numbers are significant, some say they might not be telling the whole story. Here's CTV's Laura Brown.
An estimated 1,659 New Brunswickers left the country last year for medical care, according to the right-leaning Fraser Institute. The report cites urology, general and orthopedic surgeries as the most common procedures New Brunswickers sought outside of Canada.
It is something that we watch because we want to make sure that we have the health services for New Brunswickers.
The report states these were non-emergencies and doesn't specify which countries Canadians were seeking treatment. It does speculate why people might look to other countries, resources, quality of care, and wait times. The Canadian Health Coalition says it's something to monitor, but they have questions.
The study isn't quite detailed enough to say what the nature of these procedures are. Some of them may be very elective. It could be about in vitro fertilization. It could be reproductive nature.
Wait times for certain procedures in the province remain high. 9 out of 10 urology surgeries, which include bladder, kidney, and male infertility procedures, take 191 days or over 6 months to complete, while 9 out of 10 orthopedic surgeries were over a year.
Some people are choosing to go outside of province because of the long waits. So we continue to try to tackle our wait lists with the aggressive recruitment we've been doing of healthcare professionals, making the conditions much better to be a healthcare professional here in New Brunswick.
Stephen Staples, a New Brunswicker whose family has had to navigate the province's healthcare system, says primary care is key.
What we actually hear is it's access to family doctors is the main concern that people have, accessing the system. But once they get into the system, they find their care quite good.
According to the report, an estimated 222 Islanders and 1,820 Nova Scotians left the country for medical care. Laura Brown, CTV News, Fredericton.
Millions of Canadians are watching with great interest as the Prime Minister tries to make some new trade deals with China. Canadian farmers hoping to see the removal of punishing tariffs on canola, and fishers and processors around here would like to see the same for seafood. 25% tariff from that country has hit the industry significantly hard.
The provincial economy has lost, $400 to $500 million in sales to China over this period of time.
We have done precious little export to China since April. We did a shipment today, ironically, but it's one of only 4 or 5 we've done in the last year.
China's tariffs are widely seen as retaliation for the 100% tariff that Ottawa put on Chinese electric vehicles. It is official, Haligonians will be paying a lot more for water and related services this year. Halifax Water's proposed 12% rate hike for January and 6% increase for April have been approved by the Regulatory Appeals Board. By then, the utility says customers will be paying about $14 more. Officials argue Halifax Water needs the money to deal with growth, aging infrastructure, and inflation. Rossday is getting a new community center with an ice surface to replace its aging arena.
The time has come to make this proposal a reality.
74-year-old building has certainly seen better days, but with $6 million in provincial funding now secured, the long-talked-about community complex will begin construction. There will be ice, a walking track, and multi-purpose areas, including indoor courts.
The two pieces, the new structure and the renovated structure, will be connected by a physical connector that will be a public cafe and a public gathering space.
This is something that is going to help our communities be healthier. It's going to build cohesion within society because we're going to be bringing old and young together.
$36 million project is still about $10 million short, but groundbreaking is expected in April, with the facility opening up in 2028. The fine for illegal parking in St. John is doubling. The city has increased the penalty effective today. Tickets paid within the first 15 days will now cost $60 instead of $30. The fine rises to $125 if it's not paid within a month. The city says the move was necessary because too many vehicles are in the way of snow clearing equipment these days. An official complaint has been filed with the Labor Board over layoffs at the former Halifax Ubisoft location. The complaint argues the video game maker should be penalized for eliminating 71 positions. Communications Workers of America is accusing the Paris-based company of closing the studio after most workers voted in favor of joining a union. Ubisoft says the two were not connected at all. Looks as if that reduction in ferry service in Halifax will remain in place for the foreseeable future. 15-minute runs were reduced to a half hour on Monday because of mechanical issues. One vessel requires a part from Europe, while a second is undergoing a significant repair job that will take it out of service till later this year. Halifax Transit says the revised schedule remains in place now until further notice. All right, still to come tonight, Kaylin's full forecast, and we'll explore why so many Canadians are traveling these days. Coming up next, though, a vacation nightmare.
If he doesn't get something soon, that's going to rupture and he'll die within minutes.
One Maritimer's warning for anyone heading abroad. That's next. Stay with us.
With Aaron and Peter. Little luxuries. What is the little luxury you allow yourself? Tomorrow at 6.
Talk about a luxury. How about beaches, Turks and Caicos? We start giving away trips Friday.
Got a cautionary tale for you tonight about one Maritimer's medical ordeal while on vacation. The 65-year-old man is in hospital in Mexico, and the bills are piling up after he got gravely ill and his travel insurance expired. CTV's Vanessa Wright has his story tonight.
The family of 65-year-old Robert Wagner is doing everything they can to keep him alive.
We're several centimeters past what would be considered critical and requiring medical intervention. If he doesn't get something soon, that's going to rupture and he'll die within minutes.
Wagner left his home in Summerside, PEI on November 4th and was in Mexico for nearly 2 months before he called his son, Rob, telling him he wasn't feeling well.
We booked him a flight for the next morning to come home. He collapsed at the gate, the Air Canada gate at the Puerto Vallarta Hospital, and they took him by ambulance to a private hospital here just outside the airport.
He says his father suffered an aortic aneurysm and needed immediate surgery. The only problem is Air Canada travel insurance had expired. It only covered his stay for 30 days.
Very important to get that because the risk is so large for a medical emergency happening abroad, whether that's in the United States, where we see some of the highest costs on the planet, or in places like Mexico, where what we've seen is very much close to healthcare costs similar to the United States.
Wagner's son says topping up his father's insurance is something they should have done in hindsight. He says the hospital in Puerto Vallarta told him surgery would cost over $100,000.
We're still trying to scratch up the funds required. We do have a GoFundMe that's going right now, and it's been great.
The family is hoping he will get the care he needs to make it back home. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Vanessa. Time for a quick little break, but when we return, it's your complete maritime weather forecast. Heading into the middle of January, and it's kind of a rainy night around here. Kaylin has all the details when we come back. A rainy Wednesday evening around here, 14th day of January. It's a little weird, right? Like Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the middle of winter, does it, when we get into a spell like this? But some very mild air making its way up the eastern seaboard. A lot of cloud cover, mostly rain, drizzle, and fog tonight and tomorrow for the Maritimes. Some snow in the far northwestern area of New Brunswick, but that's about it. This is coming along with an area of low pressure that's making its way through the northeastern United States. Let's take a look at our timeline then. So cloud cover here is represented in through the grays. Got plenty of that around for tonight. And the rain in through the greens. Now, initially, it's some light rain, but it's expected to pick up steadier into the start of the day for tomorrow. And then you'll notice some blues up in the area from Edmundston up towards Campbellton, Dalhousie. And that's the one part of the Maritimes that could potentially see some accumulating snow from this weather system. Now, there's expected to be 2 rounds of rain with this. The first round of rain moving across the Maritimes, mostly Thursday morning through Thursday afternoon, early Thursday afternoon. In behind it, there's a bit of a lull. There could still be some patchy showers, drizzle, and fog. And then the second round of rain comes in late Thursday night into early Friday morning. And that one mostly for Nova Scotia, as well as possibly eastern parts of Prince Edward Island. That second round of rain will be clearing through Friday morning, followed in behind by a mixture of some showers and some flurries. We do have some weather alerts in effect. There's a snowfall warning out for Edmundston, Madawaska County, as well as Restigouche County. The potential of 15 to 20 centimeters. I would say that is most likely at some of the higher terrain in that part of New Brunswick. Many other areas, though, could see between around 5 and 10 centimeters, sort of a heavy wet snow. And then up and down the Atlantic coastal areas of Nova Scotia, special weather statement, potentially some higher localized rainfall totals in the range of 25 to 50 millimeters. Other parts of the Maritimes could pick up some rainfall amounts between 5 and 20 millimeters. Remember, this time of the year, because it's winter, the ground is frozen, you can get more water runoff than you would typically expect with that type of rain. Winds in the forecast for tomorrow will be out of the south and southwest. They'll have some fairly widespread gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour, but there may be a brief period of some gusts between 40 and 60 for eastern areas of Nova Scotia, including Cape Breton. Temperatures for tonight are mild with a lot of lows around the low to mid single digits. And here's a look at the high temperatures in the forecast for tomorrow. In the north of New Brunswick, between 1 and 4 degrees, with central and southern parts of the province with high temperatures between 5 and 8. Prince Edward Island on Thursday with high temperatures between 7 and 10 degrees. In Cape Breton, high temperatures tomorrow between 8 and 11. On the North Shore, between 9 and 12 degrees, and between 8 and 10 degrees for the eastern shore of mainland Nova Scotia. Cumberland, Colchester, Hants counties, Halifax County with high temperatures mostly between 8 and 11. Highs between 7 and 10 degrees for Lunenburg County for tomorrow. The South Shore with a lot of high temperatures between 7 and 9 and 11 degrees for the Annapolis Valley. Taking a look at the 7-day outlook for New Brunswick, temperatures do get colder Friday into the start of the weekend. Chance of flurries on Saturday. There may be some snow Sunday night into Monday, and then after that, seasonably cold for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That looks like when the next round of polar air will be arriving for the region. For Nova Scotia, the forecast is periods of rain on Friday, easing to showers late in the day. It's then cloudy conditions for Saturday and Sunday with a mixture of snow and rain possible Sunday night. Rainy and windy weather after that on Monday, and then a chance of flurries Tuesday and Wednesday. And for Prince Edward Island in the forecast, a mixture of showers and flurries on Friday, then flurries to start the upcoming weekend. A mixture of snow and rain possible Sunday night, turning over to rainy and windy conditions on Monday. A mix of sun and cloud, colder temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Bruce.
Still doesn't feel like January.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, thank you, sir. We'll step aside for a moment. Stay with us. There is more to come.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Well, if you've got plans to travel this year, expect a lot of company. A new study finds Canadians are feeling optimistic about packing their bags for vacation this year, even if money is kind of tight. As CTV's Jonathan McGinnis shows us, with confidence high and a growing list of destinations, Maritimers, it seems, are eager to hit the open road or take to the skies.
Whether they're coming or going, Canadians are packing their bags and hitting the road.
I will be traveling at least twice a month, approximately.
This is similar to what Alliance Global Assistance Canada found in their annual Vacation Confidence Index.
7 in 10 Canadians say that they're confident to take a vacation this year, which is actually up 9 points from 2025.
The intent to travel holds true across most age demographics. Over 70% of Gen Z, Millennials, and Gen X are planning trips. Travel among baby boomers, however, is down, thought to be because snowbirds are avoiding travel to the United States.
As has been well reported, there's been quite a bit of a decline in travel to the United States this year, and it's actually continuing, if not getting stronger, as we start this year.
So with Canadians showing such an interest in traveling this year, where are they going?
Europe in particular is very, very popular right now, and it's popular for cruisers.
There are currently 56 nonstop flights offered out of Halifax to destinations all across the globe. We're currently seeing a lot of our sun destinations kick off for the season.
I love travel because travel is everything. You get new experiences, meet new people, do different things, you get to have adventures.
And Canadians appear to be particularly adventurous this year, and the world awaits. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax Stanfield International Airport.
Okay, thank you, John. Time for one final break tonight. Coming up, a maritime entrepreneur gets to rub shoulders with the stars at the Golden Globes. First, though, it's your wake-up weather. Here's a live look at Fredericton on this Wednesday night. 2 degrees right now in the Elm City. Stay with us. Kaylin will tell us how to dress for the morning when we come back.
Enjoy an unforgettable evening at the 2026 Inspired Gala and Auction February 18th in Halifax. Celebrate Special Olympic athletes, coaches, and volunteers, featuring special guest Loretta Claiborne. For tickets, visit specialolympicsns.ca.
Gosh, it's Thursday morning already. We'll kick it off with a look at the wake-up weather. Is the rain over when we get up?
No. In fact, in a lot of cases, it'll just be ramping up. So morning commute, think about rainy and foggy conditions around much of the Maritimes. The first round of rain does mostly clear the region by around the early afternoon on Thursday. There will be some snow up in the northwestern corner of New Brunswick. But remember, for Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, there's a second round of rain that's going to be coming in late Thursday night and into early Friday morning. Bruce.
Well, a Nova Scotia business owner has really had an unforgettable experience after she was invited to the Golden Globes. CTV's Vanessa Wright shows us tonight the star-studded events put her business on the big stage.
One of the ones that was the most popular that most of the stars picked up was this mug.
Jill Babcock is still riding high after she was invited to Sunday's Golden Globes.
Everything is different. I've never been to California, period, let alone experience something like this.
She owns an engraved glass business in Dartmouth and was invited to host a gift suite at the award show.
Between the stars that I saw, the producers, the influencers, everybody was so nice. They're so kind, they're so nice, they're gracious. They're very complimentary over the product and seem to love it, which, you know, makes you feel kind of like, okay, phew.
She met some of the biggest names in the business.
Angela Bassett came in and I got to chat with her, and she's like, they're all so stunning and gorgeous. It's crazy.
Her week in sunny Los Angeles brought several unforgettable moments, including a shout out from this Stranger Things star to her niece back home.
Hello, Jolena.
He said, give me your phone. I'm going to do a cameo. And it was like, hi, Jolena, to her, and she was thrilled.
Babcock says she already has orders coming in as she reflects on what it meant to represent the Maritimes.
It gives you a little bit of confidence as a small business from here. It gives you some confidence that you're getting the feedback from people of this caliber that are in another country that can, you know, purchase what they want.
Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Vanessa, and congratulations, Jill. CTVNewsAtlantic.ca is always your home for news updates right around the clock. Feel free to check us out. I'm Bruce Frisco. Thank you for watching our newscast tonight. Have a good evening, and we sure hope to see you again tomorrow.